Welcome everyone to this info session on career mentoring for postdocs. I am Hatim El-Skiar's assistant and I will bring you his presentation. Hatim El-Skiar coordinates the career support initiatives for postdoctoral researchers at Ghent University. I will briefly explain what mentoring can mean for your professional and personal development, how the program works, and how you can apply both as a mentee and as a mentor. Some parts will move quite quickly, but don't worry, the presentation is available on our website. Here is a brief overview of this session. I will start with a short introduction to the Postdoc Career Hub. Then, I will explain what we mean by career mentoring at Ghent University. After that, we will look at the practical aspects of this year's program. We will end with some testimonials from previous editions. Before we go into mentoring itself, I'd like to briefly introduce the Postdoc Career Hub and our support for postdocs. An important idea about the postdoc phase is this: a postdoc is not a career in itself. It is a time of transition, a stepping stone to the next stage in your career. The role of the Postdoc Career Hub is to support you during this transition and help you reflect on what comes next. At Ghent University, we have a large and diverse postdoc community. There are around 1,800 postdoctoral researchers, which represents about 20% of the total research population. About 1/3 of our postdocs are international researchers. Postdocs continue their careers in many different environments. A minority remains in academia, but many move on to government, civil society, industry, or entrepreneurship. This wide range of career outcomes is exactly why mentoring and career support are so important. It is important to stress that a non-academic career is not a plan B. The right path depends on who you are, what motivates you, and what kind of impact you want to make. At the same time, we need to be realistic about the academic career path. Each year, more PhDs graduate and continue as postdocs, while the number of available professorships grows much more slowly. On average, about 10% of our postdocs move on to a faculty position, and only 7% holds a position of more than 50% employment. This percentage is expected to decline further in the coming years. As a result, a growing number of postdocs and PhDs will continue their careers outside academia, a trend we see worldwide. The vision statement shown here was approved by the Board of Governors in 2014 and continues to guide our work today. The goal is to help postdocs grow as well-rounded professionals, not only excellent researchers. We aim to make you stronger candidates, whether you pursue an academic future or take your expertise into other sectors. The overall goal of the Postdoc Career Hub, formerly known as Postdoc Talent Management, is to help you shape and navigate your current and future career. Finding a fulfilling job starts with knowing who you are, understanding what the labor market offers, and knowing how to take your next step. The Postdoc Career Hub brings all of this together in one place. It is designed to help you move from self-reflection to concrete action by identifying what's next for you and how to get there. We invite you to explore our postdoc website and discover our online resources, from broad career orientation to personalized training and mentoring. Now that you know the broader context of our career policy, let's focus on one of its core elements: career mentoring. This program has been running successfully for many years and continues to evolve. Many postdocs struggle with questions about their future, about career direction, personal balance, and long-term perspective. Mentoring offers a brave, safe, and trusted space to explore these questions openly with someone experienced and outside your direct working environment. Mentoring is not only about careers. It also supports well-being. Research shows that mentoring has a positive effect on both career development and well-being. The two are closely connected. Understanding your ambitions and boundaries helps you make more sustainable choices. There are many definitions of mentoring, but they all share one key idea: mentoring empowers you to take charge of your own learning and development. The mentor does not provide ready-made answers. Instead, they help you find your own. Mentoring is a reflective process that builds confidence and direction. At Ghent University, mentoring is defined by 4 key elements. It is development-oriented. It helps you reflect on your ambitions and future goals. It is person-centered, a supportive one-to-one relationship. It is confidential. Trust and discretion are essential. And it is mentee-driven. You decide the topics and direction. The mentor listens, challenges, and guides, but the process is led by the mentee. A good mentor is genuinely interested in someone with fewer miles on the clock. They listen, share experiences, and give selfless advice based on their own journey. Mentoring is not about hierarchy or authority. It is about curiosity, empathy, and generosity. Learning flows both ways. Many mentors say they also learn a lot from the exchange. The goal of career mentoring at Ghent University is to offer postdocs a trusted sounding board beyond their own faculty. The support is twofold. On the one hand, career-related support, exploring opportunities and sharing experience. On the other hand, psychosocial support, encouragement, confidence, and perspective. Both are equally important for long-term success. The mentoring program runs over 8 months. There is one program with 2 tracks, academic careers and careers beyond academia. The structure is the same in both tracks. The difference lies in the background of the mentors. When applying, mentees can indicate their 4 mentor preferences. Academic experience. Non-academic experience. A combination of both. Or entrepreneurship and spin-offs. Our mentors come from a wide range of professional backgrounds. They work in academia, but also in many sectors beyond academia, as you can see here. This diversity allows mentees to learn from different career paths and perspectives. Success in mentoring does not come from rigid plans, but from openness and trust. Confidentiality is the foundation of mentoring. It allows honest discussion of ambitions, challenges, or doubts. We expect all participants to treat this trust seriously and with discretion. Mentoring works when both sides are curious, engaged, respectful, and honest. It is a shared learning journey that grows over time. And if at any point you are unsure, the mentoring team is there to support you. As a mentee, you are in the driver's seat. You take initiative and bring your own questions and topics. Mentoring works best when you actively engage with the process. Mentors act as sounding boards and guides. They listen, share experience, ask the right questions, and encourage reflection. They do not provide ready-made solutions. The goal is to help mentees think critically and confidently about their options. Many mentors say they find it rewarding. They rediscover their own experiences through the exchange. Mentees often say that mentoring gave them the push they needed. It offered confidence, clarity, perspective, and new connections. It is not about receiving answers but about gaining insight and developing the tools to make informed choices with confidence. Mentoring is not one-directional. It is also meaningful for mentors. It offers reflection, learning, and connection across generations, as well as a fresh perspective on the academic world. Many mentors participate because they want to give back. That is why many return year after year. As one mentor once said, "You must eat anyway, why not have lunch with your mentee?" I will now briefly walk you through the timeline of the program. Applications are open until January 25th. After selection, mentees take part in a mandatory workshop in February. Matching takes place in March, and the first contact with the mentor is expected in early April. The mentoring trajectory then runs for 8 months, from April to November, with an intervision session in September. We conclude with an evaluation and start preparing the next edition in October. Let's now move to the application and selection process. You can submit your application via these links. The deadline is January 25th, and you will receive a notification of selection by February 2nd. Matching follows in mid-March. For mentees, motivation is a key selection criterion. Please explain clearly why mentoring matters to you, why it would make a difference, and what kind of mentor fits your goals. The mentee form also includes registration for the compulsory half-day workshop. We value quality and commitment from both mentors and mentees. Our approach to selecting mentors is merit-based. We no longer limit participation to full-time professors or those with a minimum of 5 years of experience, nor to mentors holding a PhD in non-academic settings. What truly matters is a proven track record, the right mindset, and a good match between mentor and mentee. A very important question now: who can become mentee? All postdoctoral researchers at Ghent University are eligible once they have completed their first postdoc year. Because the number of applicants usually exceeds the number of available mentors, we apply the selection criteria mentioned on this slide strictly. For instance, we prioritize postdocs who are nearing the end of their contract or who show strong motivation to plan ahead. This slide clarifies what we mean by engagement. Your mentor volunteers their time and experience. In return, we expect you to take ownership and actively engage in the mentoring process. Before mentoring starts, there is one important step: the half-day mandatory workshop in February. The workshop helps you reflect on your values, skills, and goals, and prepares you for the mentoring conversations. It is interactive and also a good opportunity to meet fellow postdocs. Mentors don't attend the workshop; we value their time. However, they receive a concise guideline pack with advice and suggestions to make their mentoring effective from the start. I will now explain how the matching process works. How we move from applications to mentoring pairs. Matching is carried out by the project team in late February and early March. It is not an exact science, but a careful process. We use information from the application forms and the workshop to align needs, expectations, motivations, and personalities. Our goal is the best possible fit, while keeping the process efficient. To give you a transparent view, these are some of the criteria we consider when we match mentees and mentors. First, we look for a fit with your career questions and the type of mentor you prefer: academic, non-academic, mixed, or entrepreneurial. At the same time, we look for enough common ground for meaningful dialogue. We try to match mentees and mentors within the same broad scientific domain, for example, within the alpha, beta, or gamma sciences. For example, a postdoc from law might be matched with a mentor from psychology, while someone from medicine could be paired with a mentor from pharmacy. In all cases, your scientific background is carefully considered. If you choose a labor market mentor, we focus on your career interests and preferred sectors. The more you share about your aspirations and fields of interest, the better we can connect you with someone whose experience aligns with your goals. However, matching is more than research topics or job titles. We also consider interpersonal fit, based on the information in the application forms and what we observe during the workshop. One strict rule is that mentors are outside your hierarchy and outside your own faculty, to ensure trust, openness, and no conflicts of interest. Here's how the matching unfolds. It is a careful, step-by-step process. We communicate transparently with both sides. Once the matching is done, you will receive an email in March. If there are strong, well-founded objections, we can consider a rematch, but this is exceptional. For instance, if there is already too close a relationship between mentor and mentee. We aim to find a mentor for everyone, but availability is limited and a match cannot be guaranteed. We now move to the career mentoring phase itself. I will explain how the mentoring works in practice and what is expected from both mentees and mentors. Once the match is confirmed, the mentoring journey begins. The mentee takes the initiative and sets up the first meeting with the mentor before April. The first meeting should take place before April 17th. During the program, you meet your mentor 4 to 6 times over a period of 8 months. We strongly encourage in-person meetings in an informal setting, for example, a coffee, lunch, dinner, or even an activity together. These relaxed moments often lead to the best conversations. Of course, email or online meetings are also possible when needed. You can also explore options such as company visits or half-day job shadowing. Each meeting should be informal but structured. Come prepared, take the lead, and bring up the topics you would like to discuss. As a mentee, you are responsible for keeping the process going and making the most of this mentoring experience. The mentoring process is step by step. There is no need to cover everything in the first meeting. That meeting is mainly about getting to know each other. What matters most throughout the trajectory is preparation, engagement, and ending the mentoring with a proper closing conversation. There is no fixed script for mentoring, but this slide gives a simple structure that many mentoring conversations follow. First, you reflect on where you are now, your experiences so far. Then, you explore where you want to go and what kind of future you imagine for yourself. Finally, you think about how to get there, what steps you might take, and what support you may need. This structure is meant as inspiration, not as a checklist. Each mentoring pair decides what works best for them. Mentoring conversations can cover a wide range of topics. The topics on this slide are just examples based on the information you share in the ID questionnaire. They are not a checklist. Mentoring is about open exploration in a trusted and confidential setting. Some conversations will focus more on career questions, others on well-being, leadership, or personal development. We will discuss this in more detail during the compulsory workshop for mentees. The first meeting is mainly about getting to know each other. There is no need to go very deep in the first meeting. It is about creating a safe and confidential space where you both feel at ease to talk openly about ambitions, challenges, and successes. A comfortable and relaxed setting helps trust grow more easily, so plan enough time for this first exchange. Use open-ended questions and let the conversation flow naturally. You can start by talking about your background, your current work, and how your career has developed so far. You might want to share your CV beforehand. Typical questions are about what you enjoy in your work, what challenges you have faced or are still facing, and how your job fits into your broader life and priorities. It is also important to talk about expectations. What do you expect from your mentor or mentee, and what can you expect from the mentoring relationship? Practical agreements can also be discussed, such as how often you will meet and how you will stay in touch. And please, fix the dates for your next sessions. Halfway through the program, we organize an intervision session for mentees to share experiences, insights, and questions. Many participants say they learn a lot from hearing how others deal with similar challenges. The intervision helps mentees reflect on what they have learned so far and gives new input for the remaining months. The best way to understand mentoring's value is through mentee and mentor stories. For many, it's been a turning point, offering clarity, courage, and momentum. These testimonials show the concrete impact mentoring can have on real career choices. These experiences reflect the diversity of outcomes, from academic confidence to new career paths. Mentoring does not prescribe a direction, it helps mentees find the right one for them. Mentors also find the experience enriching. Many continue year after year because they value the exchange and reflection it brings. It reminds them of their own journey and gives back to the research community. This continuation shows how mentors benefit just as much. The relationship creates a two-way learning process, full of mutual respect and curiosity. Mentoring also fosters community within and beyond faculties. I would like to thank you all for your attention and interest in the mentoring program. You can always reach out to Hatim El-Skiyar directly for questions or advice. You will also find all resources, application details, and training offers on the Postdoc Career Hub website. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see many of you as mentees or mentors soon.